the spinning wheel getting knocked off. We're gonna try this again and we'll see who shows up. And maybe I'm in a better spot now, or maybe it was just a freaky data eSIM smart card glitch. So we'll see what happens. That would have been probably my shortest live stream that I've done in quite a while. So I'll wait, give it a few minutes. We'll try this again. And anybody who's on here, say hello. Let me know if this is better. Again, my apologies for the previous live stream going out. Say hello. My name is Michael. I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines. Living abroad, hanging out the beautiful boulevard. It's a beautiful day. Showing one person here. I don't know, maybe it's Che. I don't know. But we'll give it a few more minutes, and like I said, maybe you guys moved on to something better. What a beautiful day, though. I'm not so sure. Maybe there's just no connection, or I don't know what. But I'll give it a few more minutes, see what happens. I know as I got some mosquito bites last night. Right around the ankles. That's where they always bite. But hello, hello, hello. If anybody's there, say hello. Let me know if you can even see this live stream. My apologies for the previous one went gonzo. Beautiful day here in Dumaguete, Philippines. Blue skies, nice cool air, not too hot. Well, if you're in the shade, it's not too bad. If anybody's there, just say hi. Let me know that this live stream's actually working. My apologies for the previous one went. And the funny thing is, it didn't even show anything bad in regards to my connection. All right, David, how's everything looking? Is this okay? My apologies for it going on the last one. I don't even, like, sometimes it gives me an indication. All right, David, you're here. How's the audio and video? Is everything all right, David? I kind of moved to another spot. Usually it gives me kind of an indication too if it's connecting, or if there's a bad connection. So I don't know what happened. Again, my apologies. I hate when it's like everybody's kind of in the stream, and then things are going good, and then all of a sudden it froze up on your end, and it didn't show me anything. But David, you got to be getting excited, my friend. You got to be getting excited. It's getting close. You got everything packed. You ready to go? I'm looking forward to seeing that helicopter ride. I'm looking forward to seeing you and Ray and whoever else traveling by helicopter. I don't know if you'll be able to do a live stream from a helicopter, but I'm not quite sure how that works. But I'm happy and excited for you, David. This is, I guess in some ways, been a long time coming. But yeah, it's a perfect day to be here. Beautiful skies. A lot of people out working today, still doing maintenance on this stuff, fixing this up. But this walkway used to be so narrow and messed up. They did a lot of work while I was gone in Bacolod. So, anybody else here, say hello. Don't be shy. Hopefully when I'm sitting here, I'm not getting bit up by ants. Yeah, that's good, David. Yeah, someday I'm gonna, that's my, like I probably already told you before, that's probably number one on my list, David, is to get a Starlink Mini. For what I want to do, and as far as content, and be able to kind of bring everybody with me, and I get it, no internet or whatever is probably perfect. It's not free of all flaws, but Starlink Mini is the best I think it can get for now, and maybe I'd have less situations of losing my signal when I'm trying to talk to you guys. So I'm not so sure, David. Let's just see if anybody else shows up and wants to join us, because right now it's like me and you, David, and God bless you for being here. Like I said, I'm sure you've been extremely busy getting stuff packed, getting things ready for your trip. You're an inspiration, man, to everybody else. Hey, Martin, thank you for coming back. My apologies for I guess you can say, the technical difficulties, malfunction. I didn't even get any indication on my phone that usually it says reconnecting or something, like when there's when it freezes up. So I didn't get anything. I mean, everything looked good on my end, whereas in the past, I get the spinning wheel and it's reconnecting, but it didn't do anything here. It happens. I thought it was my crappy phone. Well, it could have been I'd like to think an iPhone 15 isn't a crappy phone, but I just think it's a lot to do with the data. And I mean, heck, even when I guess the first typhoon came through here in Dumaguete, it wasn't even that bad here in Dumaguete. I mean, the second one was nothing. Even with all the cloud cover and stuff like that, my data wouldn't even activate. Although I had it, it wouldn't even allow me to use it. So unless I was in Wi-Fi, I couldn't even get my data to work. And I just attributed that to the weather. But thank you for coming back, Martin. My apologies again. And Martin says, hi, David. Thank you, insert name here. My apologies again. I didn't mean to, thank you, everybody that's here. Showing like 9 or 10 people. Maybe some people are just quiet and shy and silent, or just watching, but anybody say hello. What were we even talking about? Like when I first started my stream, I was just saying, like, anybody who's come to the Philippines from abroad or to Asia, or just kind of left their country, their comfort zone, to explore and live in another country, you should be proud of yourself for doing that. I was watching Michael Thriving Expat on his channel yesterday, and he made mention that, you know, like kind of made it like we're a fraternity of brothers who kind of took the leap of faith, went against all the naysayers, you know, because I had people that talked negatively of me for going to the Philippines, you know, thought I shouldn't do it. And then when they saw how happy I was and things I was doing, they kind of supported me. David, God bless your heart, my friend. I gotta shout you out immediately for the super chat. You're always, like I said, you're a very kind, generous individual, and it's more than just the super chats that make you special. It's just the icing on the cake when you kind of do that. Since I've first known you and got to know you through the live streams on Ray's channel, I think, or whatever, and you're over here supporting my channel, I really appreciate everything, the support you've given me on my channel. So God bless you, thank you. Everybody that I know that knows you is excited that you're coming here, obviously myself included, and exciting times ahead, my friend. Exciting times ahead for you. And I kind of say to people, you know, in life, you kind of get what you deserve. I think if you're a good-hearted person and you treat others good, I just feel like goodness is going to come to your life. No life is perfect, obviously, but I've learned to be so much more positive here in the Philippines than I have ever been at any point in my life. Not to say that I wasn't positive in the United States, but here eyes been open to different things, and I'm humbled, and then you meet people like David, as all of you guys, and I'm thankful. Martin says, hi, David. Insert name says he's back. Thank you, insert name. My apologies for dropping off with my phone or data or just a glitch. And Martin says it'll get rolling again. Thank you for that. It takes you guys to get it rolling. And again, I'll say this every live stream, I'm very appreciative, thankful, humbled that you guys take the time to come on my channel to support me and just hang out with me when I'm on my breaks from walking. And I keep these live streams going as long as I can, you know, with the battery and, well, my power bank and the phone. And as long as you guys are here, you keep it rolling, because without you guys, I can't, you know, I couldn't do it. But yeah, like I put my magnetic power bank on the back. Once I get to like 60, I put it on here. Just back me up, because live streams can drain the battery quickly on here. So, and again, David, thank you for the super chat. You're a great supporter. And again, you don't have to do that. It just adds to the character of the person you are, and your generosity is top notch. So thank you. Hello, Philip. Philip's here, man. How's things going, my friend? Thank you for being here at this hour. Appreciate it as always, Philip. David says Manila. Oh, I guess that's where you're flying into, Manila. Yeah, I think so. David, or the other Dave here, that would be Mr. Dave. He's here. Mr. Simple's pretty cute today. Thank you, Mr. Dave. You're always supportive of my channel, giving me friendly health advice and whatnot, and complimenting my looks way too much. I appreciate it, but thankful that you're here, and you know, whoever's here. I did have the live stream going earlier, Mr. Dave, so you didn't miss it. I kind of just got kicked off, and then here I am. We got Abdullah Farooq, wherever you're from. You cheat? I don't know. I don't cheat. You might have the wrong person, but thank you for being here, Abdullah Farooq. Cheating in life doesn't get you anywhere. All cheating does is get you caught. But nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes. The key here is to learn from your mistakes. That's the best part, learning from your mistakes. I guess the definition I always say, when someone once told me that, you know what the definition of insanity is, and I said, what's that? They said, someone who continues to make the same mistake over and over again, expecting to get a different result, and they don't. So thank you for being here, Abdullah Farooq. Dave says, I know many very rich people who are selfish, awful people. Selfish people often get a lot of power. Yeah, it happens. Yeah. That's what money sometimes can do. But then you also have people that are humble and generous as well, that are good people. Martin says, David, you moving for good? Yeah, I'm not sure I even know the answer to that. BSJS23 in the Philippines. Yes, BSJS23. I'm in the Philippines. I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines. And thank you for being here. I'm sitting here at the Boulevard, my favorite spot that I come here to do live streams just because it gives a little nice scenery for everybody, and I don't want to be boring. It's bad enough you guys have to look at me. So yeah, we're just here chatting amongst people who are in the Philippines, people who are potentially coming to the Philippines, or just anybody, and then maybe we end up inspiring them to come to the Philippines. But it's good chat, good talk amongst everybody, good people, friendly, welcoming, and that's what we love about it. But welcome here, BSJS23. I am in the Philippines. And where are you from? I can't see your picture that close. It looks like you and somebody else, but thank you for being here. David says hi to Martin, Manila. David says, yes, Manila, I'm moving there for good. Good for you, David. That means we're going to be being able to see you a lot, David. Hopefully I'll be able to come up in your, can't say neck of the woods, but neck of the islands, and be able to meet you. Michael, Thriving Expat Michael, was graciously and humbly invited me to come visit anytime we want to. I guess you say Masbate or Masbate. So that's nice. That's something for me to consider. It's another thing. People were so nice and very hospitable and generous. Manila says, sweet, where are you staying? Satoshi says, thank you for coming back, Satoshi. My apologies for blowing up the live stream. I didn't even know it was happening. I didn't get any warning on my end, so thanks for coming back. The other fear I have for the Philippines is fallen coconuts. 150 people die each year from fallen coconuts, and it's no joke. Yeah, you're right. And I'm just looking. I'm in the clear of these coconut trees. Yeah, they'd have to be one hell of a gusty wind, I think. But yeah, you just made me look behind me, because those are coconut trees, but they're not above my head. They're far enough away. So I didn't know that, but 150 people die each year from fallen coconuts. I believe that because a lot of times I could be walking somewhere and it might not necessarily be a coconut, but it could be some other big piece of fruit. I mean, jackfruit's pretty big. You can just be walking along and then it hits the ground, you see it, and you think, wow, if that would have hit someone on the head, it probably they would have gotten hurt severely bad, or maybe potentially even killed them, which you don't want that to happen. But David Jessup says, I will be going to Masbate. Well, that's good. That's where Michael, Thriving Expat, is at. Good group of people. You got James and Karen. You got everybody up in that area. You got Gino, not far. I definitely have to visit now. Che knows a little bit more about, she knows a lot more about the area, a little more than me, but then I just get on YouTube, obviously. Plus I have you guys to educate me on Masbate too, but it looks really nice. And hopefully we'll see if the opportunity presents itself and I can get to up that way. I look forward to meeting everybody, so that'll be a lot of fun. Martin says, cool. Mr. Dave or Dave traveled. I feel very comfortable in Bangkok. It's so easy to be here and it has everything. Yeah, you gotta be there. You gotta stay and be where it makes you feel most comfortable. I'm sure I'll visit Thailand someday. I can't say for certain whether or not I potentially live there. It's possible. You never rule out anything because you never just know. But right now I'm happy and content, and just want to get my apartment here, and then I'll feel a lot more relaxed and settled. But BSJS23 says, I have a tip, Charles Schwab debit card. You pay debit fees, but refunded 100% every first month. I appreciate the tip, BSJS23. Everybody can read that comment, and I'm sure if they're interested, they'll take that into account. But thank you for the tip. Bill says, "Yep, Bill, I'm back. Sorry for the drop in my live stream. I had no idea it was even going on. I didn't even get a warning or reconnected. And I was so behind on the comments. And then when Ray graciously sent me a message on Facebook Messenger, and then I knew, and then I scrolled to the whole bottom, and you guys were all saying, yeah, frozen, spinning wheel. So we'll see how long this one goes. Hopefully better. I moved up from where I was. I don't know what would have caused that, but glitches happen. But thanks for being back here, Bill. Satoshi said, made you look, man. You did make me look, because I'm like, I better make sure I'm not like directly under me, but no, I'm good. But I appreciate the tip, because I would have never known that. I would have never known that at all. Dave Travel says, I'm trying to get my shit together so I can have fun on Philippines Islands. I'll never try to live in a Philippine city again. The quality is very low. I'm loving Bangkok. And hey, you gotta love and go with what you love. What matters to you most. I won't ever try to convince anybody to go to a particular place in the world. I'll just tell them how fired up it makes me and how happy I am. And if I rub off on them in a positive way and they feel like coming here, then great. I accomplished something. I kind of like it if I can motivate somebody else to travel abroad and, like I said, leave your comfort zone wherever you live. Because I was motivated by others to come here, so I like it. Bill says, so it's windy there. Windy here, you mean, right now where I'm at? If you're talking about me, it's just a nice little breeze. It's slight little breeze, you know, sometimes a little bit of a minor gust, but it's perfect here today. Less windy than it was the other day. I think the only thing you might hear are the motorbikes and trucks and stuff behind me along the boulevard here. If you're asking me, Bill, it's nice today. BSJS23 says, I'm in Quezon City, Esta Ayala condo. 4 years, my wife is an MD. Hey, that's great. Welcome. I'm glad you came to visit, and I'm glad you're living in the Philippines. Obviously, you're happy here, or you wouldn't be here. Where are you from? BSJS23. Where are you from? And as with all new people that come here, if you like the live stream, you're more than welcome to give me a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, you're more than welcome to check my channel out. And if you're interested in subscribing, and you know, then we all just become friends here, basically. BSJS23. Once we get to know each other and we familiarize it with each other, I mean, we end up becoming Facebook friends and stuff like that. It can get a little overwhelming, but it's really exciting because I've never experienced anything like this in my life. So, welcome. And oh, okay, BS. Or Bill Meyer just said he just checked in. Yeah, it's much better today, Bill. It's just the perfect breeze that you would want or expect off the ocean. Nothing to cause a lot of sound or anything. It's perfect, and I'm under the shady coconut tree versus like the spots where the sun is out, so keeps my phone a little cooler. Not to mention me, but again, I don't mind the heat. I wouldn't be here. BSJS23 says he's from USA. Welcome, me too. Born and raised in Pennsylvania, lived in Florida, in my time in the USA for 2 years. If I was still in the USA, that's where I'd be living, is Florida. Or at least at some point I'd get to Florida, you know. My mother and father are still alive, living in Pennsylvania. So, oh wow. So BSJS23, you're a next door neighbor. Ohio's right, right next door to Pennsylvania. So you know what it's all about. We'll experience the 4 seasons and stuff like that. My favorite season was always summer, which was the shortest time of the year. Drove me nuts. That's when I learned as I got older, I'm gonna live somewhere warm, and that was why Florida was always my target. I loved Florida, had friends there, some relatives there. That's where I'd be. Winter was the longest season. Not that I mean, I'm an outdoors guy, and I made the most of everything outside despite the weather. I'm a big walker. I love walking everywhere, and boy, do I love walking now, especially here in the Philippines. I love it. But again, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. And anybody else who's there, say hello. Let me know you're here. Don't be shy, and just small talk here. Like I said, my topic of discussion on my first live stream before it went on me. I try to make a topic to start it all off, and then once we get going, it becomes like a free-for-all, open discussion comment. How long have you, I don't know if you said that, so you've been in the Philippines or married for 4 years, or you've been in the Philippines for 4 years? I'm sorry if I'm not following you, but I started my previous live stream off saying how, because of a comment someone made on another YouTube channel live stream, that you should be proud. It's like a fraternity of foreigners. When you come here to the Philippines, you kind of live in outside of your comfort zone, whatever country you're in. And I had never been to anywhere in Asia this far away from home until I took the leap of faith and come to Dumaguete, Philippines in July of 2024, and then ended up loving it. And here we are in November of 2025, and I went back to the US once since I've been here, just because I had a couple things to take care of, but I love it here, and I have no plans to go back, only other than if my mom and father want me to visit, or the less likely scenario, or the scenario that I wouldn't want to happen, is if something like health related happened to my parents, might force me to go back sooner than I'd like to. But yeah, so anybody who's here in the Philippines should always kind of give yourself a pat on the back for doing something. I mean, I even had people that thought I was I don't know, they just weren't very supportive of me coming here, like in a worried sense, and this and that, third world country, yada yada yada. And I've been perfectly fine since I came here, and I'm glad I did it. Best decision I ever made. BSJS23 says off and on 4 years, but consistent for 2.5 years. All right, that's great. And obviously you love it here, you're happy here, you wouldn't be here. And again, I know everybody doesn't always like looking at me, but just being able to see this, it excites me to get up every day. And obviously traveling and going and seeing other things takes it to a whole other level, but my basic everyday consists of getting up, breakfast, out and about, walking, exercise, getting my first coffee of the day. I don't drink a lot of coffee. I like a couple, no more than 2, but I like my first mocha double espresso latte, and I'm happy. It's a great time to be alive, and I've embraced and accepted the Philippine culture. I have many friends here, foreigners and locals, and it's just great. And YouTube is just a whole other, it's an extension of me being here. I didn't know if I'd ever have a YouTube channel, but some friends kind of recommended it and thought I'd enjoy it, thought I'd be good at it, thought I had a personality to do it. So I said, all right, I'll try it and see where it goes. And I just have fun with it. Whatever happens with it's, kind of out of my hands. And yeah, I just really like it, and I'm thankful to be here. Blessed. And Yeah, I love it. BSJS says 95% of people will never go, and you're probably right. I never knew what the percentage was, but yeah, I just never wanted to be a person that, I didn't want to be in my end days sitting there going, man, I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have done that. I wish I would have done. I don't want to be that person. You know what? I'm not that person because I decided to live outside that little bubble I was living in the United States. Decided to just not be content and think living in that, like that was all life was about. There wasn't anything else out there, and I'm glad I did it. Best decision I ever made. And through YouTube, I've made some of the greatest friends that I never even imagined were possible. So yeah, it's great. Hey, Sharice, I know you. I remember you. And hello, it is beautiful here, and I'm glad you're here to share in the live stream. Thank you for being here and supporting my channel. How are you doing today, Sharice? Yes, it's absolutely gorgeous. Nice breeze. Humidity seems low to me, but I'm not a professional weatherman, but it's actually, the air is very cool. I mean, but again, when you're by the ocean, by the water, it's always, this is the best place for me to come. You know, I'll walk up and down, even beyond the boulevard here, always parallel with the ocean. It's just a nice walk, always being along the water, even when you're not here on the boulevard, which is absolutely, I like it here. It motivates me. But yeah, it's beautiful here, Sharice. Thanks for being here. Good afternoon, Navy woman. I'm trying to remember, is it like Amelia or something like that? I apologize, I don't remember your name, but I'm almost positive it's Amelia or something like that, begins with an A. But how are you doing today? Thank you for being here. How's everything going? Where at your home, where you're at? How's the weather? I'm sure great. BSJS23 says, well, I actually don't love it. There's a truck on the boulevard. It must be delivering something. That's a little rare. My wife, yes, is amazing, but plan to move back. After a while, it wears you down. I mean, I understand that. I'm not at that point yet, so I have so much to see and so many places to go, even other countries here in South Asia to visit. So I'm not even close to that point. I'm still like a kid in the candy store. Every day is like Christmas Day to me here. So I'm so fired up. I have a lot of energy, but I mean, I get it. I understand that. And you got to do what feels best to you, you know, and I'm sure, like I said, one of these days, you know, my mom's going to be like, Michael, I miss you. I want to see you. And maybe go back for like a month at some point, but we'll see when that gets here. But I understand that. Ende Che, that's Che, who is my girlfriend, is saying she's here. Hello, everybody. Thank you, Che, for supporting the chat live stream. You're one of the valuable people here, one of many valuable people here in the live stream, so thank you, Che. Martin even says, hey, Che. You know what, Che? Of all things, I need to make you a moderator too. Like, really? Seriously? That should have been done a while ago. How things at your mom's, Che? You climbing any trees up there? Harvesting any jackfruit and trees? She has a video harvesting a jackfruit, climbing up in a tree. She can climb a coconut tree this high or higher with no rope or nothing. You're not gonna see me doing it, but yeah. She climbs trees like a province girl, Filipina, Morena, unlike anything I've ever seen before. JLV, hello JLV. Trying to remember, I apologize, but where are you from, JLV? Have you ever been to the live stream? And if you haven't, welcome. It's nice to see you here. My name is Michael. Living abroad from the United States and the Philippines. I always got to give everybody a look to show you where I'm at. Dumaguete, the island of Siquijor on the over there. Can't see on the other side of these boats, but Cebu's over there. Just a beautiful day in the Philippines, hanging out with all my friends. doing a live stream. You know, it's fun. But thank you, JLV, for being here and saying hello. I like when people say hello. Simon's here, says, which is CEO to Farmer, and you can subscribe to his channel as well. If you're not a subscriber, he's my friend, and that's the best advice I can give you on why you should be a subscriber to his channel, as well as mine. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, check out my channel, and if it's something that interests you, subscribe. You know, we're just a good group of people here, expats, locals. We're just all people, good people, having fun and living life and being happy. Best way I can describe it. But thanks for being here, Simon. Cherise says, great, thanks for asking. It's raining here in the Pacific Northwest, not the greatest weather. I hear you. I know it's winter time in the U.S. in most places, and I don't think my parents have gotten any snow in Pennsylvania yet. I think certain parts of Pennsylvania got it, but I don't think they've gotten any. I don't miss it. I mean, I guess the only time a nice little dusting of snow looks pretty is on Christmas Day. That's about it for me. But again, thank you for being here, Charisse. I'm gonna try this. Hail Shiashi or whatever. I'm trying, but hi from New Zealand. I'm glad you're here. My apologies for not pronouncing your name right. But welcome from New Zealand. I like it when people say hello and tell me where they're from. That's great. My name's Michael. I'm from the United States, and I'm living abroad here in the Philippines, Dumaguete, Philippines, to be more specific. And we're just talking about how fortunate I am and blessed I am to have come to the Philippines and decided to live life and not just be content staying in my home country. And I love it here, and I'm glad I came here. Best decision I ever made. So welcome. Satoshi says, hey, Che. Satoshi has a great name. It sounds like he's from Japan, but he's actually from Ireland. Jackhammer, that's a cool name. I know what a jackhammer is. Hello from Auckland, New Zealand. Another one from New Zealand. Thank you for being here, Jackhammer. My name's Michael. You probably maybe have already heard me say I'm from the United States, but I'm in the Philippines, Dumaguete, Philippines, just talking and hanging out, enjoying the beautiful weather. Welcome. Have you ever been to the Philippines, Jackhammer, or Hail Siashi, or if you ever have plans to come to the Philippines? But thank you for being here, appreciate it. If you're not a subscriber, check my channel out. If it's something that interests you, I'd appreciate it. Subscribers that eventually become friends. If you like the live stream, tap your screen or whatever and give me a like. That helps my channel grow. Without you guys, my channel's nothing. I mean, that's the reality of it. Che's doing good. She says she's cooking jackfruit dish. Is there gonna be, I don't know if I've ever had this jackfruit dish, Che, but I appreciate that. And I've had jackfruit before. I remember when we were in Union visiting your friend. Different fruit, but that was the dry jackfruit. It wasn't juicy. Apparently there's other, I don't know, versions of or ripeness. Some are more juicy than others. Hello, Rick in Asia. How are you doing, Rick? Nice to see you again too. Hope you're well. I'm happy as can be and loving life. I can't complain. I'd say the only time I'm not as happy as I could be is if we have a typhoon, but we've been blessed and lucky lately. Also, knock on wood or whatever, but it seems like earthquakes have simmered down here, which I hope it stays like that. Those aren't fun, but all is well, Rick. How about you? BSJS says, snow today in Ohio. I'm here doing my early visit for Thanksgiving. Oh, so you're in Ohio currently right now. Wow. So how long have you been back in the States then? Because I remember when I went back home in March of this year, after being here since July of 2024, it was obviously still cold in March. and my skin was like so moisture and obviously adapted here, and then I went there, man. That cold air, dry air just chapped my skin so quick and dried it up. Yeah, because when I went back, I was like brown and tan, and then all of a sudden I didn't like the cold air. My body wasn't ready for like a humid, moist transition right to a dry, cold air like that. Che says hello to Satoshi. We got Eddie here. Hello, Eddie and Aryan King. I don't know much about Aryan King, but I appreciate you being here, Eddie. Give me a thumbs up. My name's Michael from the United States, living abroad in the Philippines. I know you guys don't like to look at my face, so it's better just to look at the view, the beautiful view of the Philippines and the ocean, and everybody's just hanging out. Happy times in the Philippines. Philippines equals happiness, in my opinion. Rick in Asia says, I can't handle the cold anymore. Tropical weather full time for me next year. Back to Mindanao. Amen to that. I'm just like you, Rick. I mean, it really made, when I went back to the US in March, it really made me realize and appreciate how much I really do feel more comfortable and better in warm weather. I like sunshine every day. I like shorts. I like t-shirts. I like ocean. Yeah. It gave me a true appreciation. I mean, after the first few days, I was like that. I returned to the U.S. I was ready to come back here. Unfortunately, I was in the U.S. from March 17th. I left here, and then I came back. I think it was like June 17th, or got into Dumaguete June 19th, because I spent a day in Cebu. Susie Q says hi from UK. Hi, Susie Q. Welcome. Nice to see you. I apologize if you've been here before, because some of these names seem similar, but thank you for being here. Give me a like. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. We have a great group of guys here. The community's growing in the Philippines on my channel, and without you guys, my channel's nothing. But hi, Susie. Have you ever been to the Philippines, or do you plan on coming to the Philippines? That would be cool. But welcome. Jackhammer says, I work with Filipino people. They good people. They always happy. And yes, I would love to tour the Philippines. Good for you. I hope you do it. I have nothing but good things to say about the Philippines, and I haven't even begun to see for a small portion of the Philippines yet. Philippines equals happiness, and yeah, I love it here. So that's good to hear. Yeah, Filipino people always ask me, what do you love most about the Philippines, Michael? First is always the people. It's always about the people, then after that's the obvious things, the weather, the waterfalls, tropical islands, the scenery, the nature. I'm about all those things, nature and stuff. No point in me being here if I'm not out exploring. Rick in Asia says, my girlfriend owns a caranderia in Mindanao. The jackfruit dish is lami, kayo, delicious. Boy, you're good at the Philippine, or I don't know, I guess is Mindanao, what do they speak? Like Ilonggo, Tagalog. I mean, here Che is Visayan, so they speak Visaya. I'll be honest, I haven't been very good about learning any of the Philippine languages, probably because so many of them speak English here, so it's like my hand isn't forced to learn it. And then we were here in Dumaguete for a while, picking up on Bisaya, and then we were living in Bacolod for 4 months, and that's Ilonggo or Tagalog up there, so I was like getting confused. Yeah, so I was a little overwhelmed with learning the Philippine languages here. Rick in Asia says, I'm just fine sitting back in Australia and wishing I was in the Philippines. So when do you come back? I know you said you're coming back full time. I think so, or you said that previously. Do you have a set date? And then NDH says, yes, Rick, Lamy or Lammy. Chris25 did say something and then retracted it. Feel free to leave comments, anybody. Rick in Asia says, Escato Escato Che, which I don't know what Escato means because I'm just so bad. My apologies. I'm sure Rick or Che will tell me what that means. Haha. Dave says Trey's a great woman. Yes, she is. She's a great person. And Rick, of course, I had funny feeling. I speak a little Bisaya. Gamay language. Chit Gallego says, hi, Mike. Well, hey, Chit Gallego. You know that I'm Mike, so that's good. Chit, do I know you is the question. I'm trying to wonder if your name looks familiar. And I apologize if I don't remember, but thank you for being here. Give a thumbs up. Where are you from? That's good that you know my name. I like that. You said, oh, it's Jay. Oh my gosh. See, if you would have had Jay there, I would have known. Thank you for being here, Jay. You keep an eye out for that owner of the apartment by the barber shop. That would be very helpful. Thank you for being here, though, Jay, aka Chit. And Che says, hi, Mr. Dave. Che says, oh, good to hear that, Rick. I'm Messiah. Chit said, it's me, Jay. Thank you, Jay. Dimple says, have a wonderful day. Hello, Dimple. Welcome back to the live stream. Thank you for supporting my channel and subscribing. The last time when I first met you, I really appreciate it. How are you doing, Dimple? I'm doing wonderful. If you want to know, living the life. Philippines equals happiness. Couldn't be happier. Rick in Asia says, I'll be back in February. I thought it was after the new year. Just spending Christmas with my son. I'll be moving over full time May 26th. That's great to hear. Great to hear. Robbie says Lance Armstrong. I know who Lance Armstrong is. He's a biker. He rides. He's one of the, I guess, most athletic athletes ever. But yeah, I don't know who Lance Armstrong is. Where are you from, Robbie? Hello, welcome to my live stream. My name's Michael. I'm not even 10% of Lance Armstrong, but yeah, I'm just hanging out in the Philippines at the Boulevard, Jay. I'm at the Boulevard, just taking in the beautiful view, taking a break from my walking, and it always works out perfect. I can do my walking, I can do my live streams, hanging out with you guys. But welcome, Robbie. Again, where are you from? And yeah, I know who Lance Armstrong is. He was a heck of an athlete on a bicycle. And Jay says, where are you? Yeah, I'm at the Boulevard, Jay, just hanging out, taking a break from my walk, doing my live stream. Again, keep an eye out for the owner at the apartment. Do whatever you can just to peek out the door. Robbie says, I'm right behind you. That's kind of scary. I'm like looking behind me, but that's kind of scary. Come have a beer with me. Oh my gosh. I don't drink beer, Robbie, but I could always, if you're right behind me, where are you at? Why not? I drink coconut water. I drink water. But that's kind of wild. You're behind me and I'm thinking, where's Robbie? I see there's Honeycomb, there's Why Not, there's Yellow Cab. I'm thinking Robbie. But do I know you, Robbie? That's kind of funny that you're right behind me. That's just wild. I'm laughing, standing up. I'm sure you see me, but I'm trying to think. Who do I know that's like? I feel bad if I don't know a Robbie, but I don't drink beer. I don't drink any alcohol, so you might be disappointed in that. But I appreciate the offer. But I can always come and talk. Give me a little bit, but I guess you're gonna have to let me know if you're at the Honeycomb or Why Not, because that's the only two places that are directly behind me. And being that your name's Robbie, I'm expecting that you're an expat like me. Oh, just a joke. Ay, ay, ay. You guys, whoever you got me, it was just like someone before said, was talking about coconut trees, and don't let the coconut hit me in the head. You got me good though. You got me good. Welcome, Robbie. Although you got me good. You're 10,000 miles behind me, and happy Vets Day. Happy Vets Day to you too. Are you a veteran, and where are you exactly? Being 10,000 miles away, I know what that flight's like, but wow, you got me good. See, that was fun, entertaining, and you got me good. Yeah, that was great. See, I'm always happy in the Philippines, and usually the only person that ever really gets me good is Che's gotten me before, and her friend Leah's gotten me before, and I always say paybacks are a beach. Life is a beach, but yeah, you got me good. Props to you, Robbie. Props to you, Robbie. I hope this isn't the last time you come in the live stream, or I hope you subscribe to my channel. You're a friend now, because you got me. Wow. I don't think anybody's ever done that to me before, but you got me good. Dimple says, you're welcome. Right now I'm here in my office. Thank you, Dimple, you're in your office and you're sharing your time with me. Rick in Asia said, that view looks good. I'll be moto vlogging from Mindanao to Dumaguete next year. I'm catching the ferry from Dipolog to Dumaguete, then off to Cebu from there. Well, Rick, here's a suggestion or an offer. If you're come through Dumaguete and you're here long enough, other than just going through it, hit me up. It's great to always meet people, and I'd say I'd meet you for a beer, because that's typically what everybody says, but I'll meet you for coffee or anything else. But yeah, same with you too, Robbie. If you ever come to the Philippines or you considering it, stop in Dumaguete. A lot of people call Dumaguete in the Philippines the starter location or the starter island for expats to come to, and then they kind of venture off. Yeah, you got me good, Robbie. Just a joke, about 10,000 miles. Happy Vets Day. Yes, happy Vets Day to everybody. Dave says, I feel lucky to be able to go out for a coffee right now. Almost died from falling asleep at the wheel and so many other times. Yeah, I love my coffee. I've only had one double espresso, but it kind of jump starts my day, I'll admit. But even if I skip coffee, I guess if I don't, maybe I kind of go into caffeine withdrawal a little bit. But I have so much energy when I get up because I'm so excited and happy to be here. And that hasn't faded at all since I've been here. Total time in the Philippines, probably a little over a year now. Maybe that's normal for me to be like a kid in a candy store and still fired up, but I'm still fired up. I still have that same energy, happiness. Like I said, I have so much to look forward to, but I don't like to plan or schedule. I kind of just like, it'll happen when it's supposed to happen kind of thing. Even just in my normal daily life with me and Che, we get up, do whatever, and I'm like, I kind of stick to my exercise routine, my walking and stuff, and she kind of keeps herself busy visiting her mother. So it's not like we're just not together because we don't want to be together right now. I'm just very dedicated to my health and exercise. So hello, Mike. Great name, Michael. A lot of Michaels. Very popular name. Mike, I'm just outside of Davao, and you're a vet as well. I think OIF vet, which is short for, I don't know what OIF is, and I apologize because I just don't know. But thank you for being here. I respect if you mean veteran, like I love the United States military. I'm very proud of them, and much respect to all of them. Rick in Asia says, but Mike, thanks for being here again. Rick in Asia says, I'm an Australian Army veteran. We had our Remembrance Day yesterday. Well, then I guess happy Remembrance, I guess kind of like Veterans Day as well to you. I said even earlier, I have a lot of respect for all people in the military all over the world. You guys basically give your lives to your country, and I have a lot of respect for that. And yeah, So happy, one day later, but happy Remembrance Day to you, Rick. Jay says, I'm sorry I can't comment much because you're doing your job. Jay Gallego, which is Chit, he cuts my hair at my awesome barber shop here in Dumaguete. He works for Speed Barber, a Speed Barber Shop. It's the only first barber shop that I found on Google Maps, and there's a ton of barber shops in Dumaguete, but I just came across it, thought it would be good, gave it a shot, and I never went to any barber shop other than them from the beginning. And now all those guys, Filipinos that work in the barber shop, they support my channel, they subscribe, they're my friends, they're not subscribers. So Chit Gallego is Jay, he cuts my hair at Speed Barber. Che, my girlfriend, says my connection here is bad. Yeah, I got booted from the live stream before, so I understand. Rick says, okay, sounds like a plan. Me and my girlfriend will be there. Awesome. I like the coffee cup. Right up my alley. Dimple says, where's Miss Che? Dimple, she is at her mom's in Kenduai, which is like I don't know, Che would know, like a 10 to 12 minute tricycle ride from here in the city in Dumaguete. She's spending time with her mom while I'm out doing my exercise and then obviously doing my live stream. But she comes in live streams from time to time. She doesn't do them as much as me. I mean, technically it's my channel and it should be my responsibility to do the live streams, but she also knows that people like her and they get excited and happy when they see her in the live streams as well. So yep, thanks for asking about Che. That's where she's at, Dimple. Rick in Asia says, hi, Mike, to the other Mike. I was in Davao City a few weeks ago. I love it there. Yeah, I've never been there yet. That's a place, I mean, there's so many places of interest. It's almost like, yeah, I have so much to look forward to. Mike says, yeah, I'm about an hour's drive from their airport, Rick. Love it here. Operation Iraqi Freedom. Okay, there you go. Much respect to you, Mike. It's kind of crazy because people always ask me when they meet me here, I don't know what about me, or maybe they just assume I was in the military, because a lot of people that are in the Philippines were in the American or United States military, or maybe something about me, a vibe or something, I don't know. They always say, were you in the military? Like as if I was. No, but sometimes I think back on it. I mean, I probably would have fit in well being in the military. I'm not sure which branch I would have been in. If I were to guess, probably like Army, Marines, Navy kind of thing in that order, Air Force. I guess if I was in the flying airplanes or something, not that that's all that's in the Air Force, but I try to think what branch I would have maybe pursued. I don't know, but a lot of the people, a lot of my expats, foreigner friends here, a lot of them are in the Marines, Army, something, yeah. But you have a lot of respect for people in the military. The art chairs. Hello, art chairs. Well, I made it to work. What are your plans for the rest of the day? Finish out the live stream on a positive note. And then what we got? 3:15. It's a little late for me to get another call. Usually if I get another one, I get a small one. I got to do a little more walking to get my mileage or kilometers up to where I like to be. And then at some point I need to walk over to this other place for an apartment to check out this other apartment, which is a backup plan. And then I'm feeling all right. I'm not too hungry. Sometimes I go and get some barbecue chicken at this one place. It's like a chicken breast on a stick and maybe some rice. I'm okay. I'm not that high. I usually don't eat more than twice a day. Sometimes I get a snack, some fruit or something like that. But no, just living an everyday, simple life in the Philippines, art chairs, nothing special. And sometimes, in my opinion, those are the best days. Dimple says, okay, regards to Miss Che, thanks. Yeah, Che's in here, Dimple. She's the one that's Ende Che. But she said she was having problems with her internet where she's at. Rick and Asia's son said, I had done a YouTube video riding from General Santos to Davao. Mike, it's my 3rd trip to Davao. That's really cool. That's awesome, Rick. Satoshi, who, when you see his name, Satoshi Yakamoto, you think he's from Japan or something. He's actually from Ireland. Says, I got a question. How many girls did you have to date before you met Che? You don't have to answer if you don't want to. I dated 2. The second one was really short, just because I kind of didn't have a vibe. The first one I dated I was planning on coming to the Philippines anyway, but I met this girl online, and we were kind of like in an, I don't know if you'd call it an LDR, but I got to know her online before I came here, and then when I came here, things just didn't go. It just didn't work. I don't like throwing, like, and I'm not like I'm known you're asking me that. I don't like to throw shade on other people because because if you talk about somebody else, I just don't think that shows you as a person, talking negative about other people's, especially when you can't hear their side of the story, or they can't defend themselves, because there's always 2 sides to every story. It just didn't work out, and what's meant to be will be, and what's not meant to be won't be. But no, that's a fine question. Yeah, I mean, so I guess you could say I dated one that was a little over a month, and then the second one I just went out on a few dates with, and I just wasn't feeling it. She was a beautiful girl, but personality-wise, I just didn't feel that much of a connection towards her. And then I took some time off, just being by myself, and then I met Che. And that's basically it. Hold on here. Rick and Asia said America military and Australia military are close. Yes, they are. We always go wherever the U.S. go. It's like Australia is their little brother. Yeah, you could look at it like that. I mean, kind of like, I just say a band of brothers. You got to have allies in this world, and that's just the way it is. And yeah, I mean, I just say it's just like a band of brothers amongst other countries. Archer says, how many steps do you walk every day? You can get one of those step counters. I was working at a group of large buildings, and I would take about 22,000 steps a day, and that's an awful lot. Actually, my steps are calculated within my phone because it's tracking everywhere I go. So you're definitely right about the steps. My gosh, I mean, I can give you steps, but I can give you miles. Sometimes it's 10 to 15 miles a day. Almost always, basically, it's pretty much between 8 to 10. I guess a low day for me would be, the very least would be 5 miles. Steps is, yeah, like you're looking at 26, like it's high, the steps. I basically just look at the miles right away. I could search on my step thing, it shows that too. But yeah, it's monitored, yeah, a lot. Yeah, walking to me is very important, and I enjoy it. That's why the hardest thing for me to do is to sit and do a live stream. But if I walk, it's gonna throw the whole live stream out of whack, and then I'll get disconnected. I mean, look, I was even bumped and I wasn't even walking. That's why the whole learning more about the Starlink Mini, and somehow being able to, from what I've learned, if I have a backpack and I affix the pad, the whatever satellite device, I'm hearing one person said, I don't think I would want to put it on my head, but like they said, you could affix it to the back of the backpack as long as it's exposed, and it would get a good enough signal. So that's my next investment, is Starlink. That would be a great thing for me to invest in my YouTube channel. Plus, I want to bring people with me while I'm walking out and about, let them see what I see, no matter where I'm at, here, or Sikihor or Bohol or Masbate, wherever I go, I just want to be able to share and not ever have internet be the reason why I couldn't share it in a live stream capacity. Martin says 22,000, I'd be in a wheelchair for a week. I guess the best advice I can give as someone who's 55, the more you do it, the better you get at it, the easier it gets. Stretching is really vital, especially the older you get, to prevent any type of goofy, stupid, awkward injury. Everybody should stretch, and that's why you see that even the youngest athletes stretching. It's just important, even more important. It's important for all ages, but I just think it's even more important for someone older like me. I mean, yeah, you can get injured at 40, you can get injured at 30. Freaky stuff does happen, but when you get older, obviously, if you get injured, pull something, whatever, it just takes longer to heal. And when it takes longer to heal, it puts you behind. Then you have to favor and baby that particular area. And then if it's your legs, then you can't walk as much because you're healing. And then you're resting it, and obviously you fall behind. You don't bounce back as quickly. You have to build yourself back up to that again, is what I'm getting at. Same with upper body injuries. If you injure yourself when you're older, it stinks because it takes forever to heal. And you just put yourself behind, and I hate that. So I'm not a professional stretcher, but you really need to be like religious at stretching, and or you're just more, susceptible to injury. But I'm of the mindset you either use it or lose it. That's pretty much where I'm at. And yeah, if you're not walking, or if you're not doing this, chances are you're likely, as you get older, you're less likely to do it less and less. And then, I don't know, I don't want to get to a point where because I didn't do it and then I can't when I want to. I guess that's the way I look at it. Martin says, I'll just beep at you when I go by on my scooter. And I'll wave to you when you go by on the scooter too. I'll be sure. Well, actually, I hope you don't just go by me on your scooter. You should stop, and then we can at least get some coffee or something like that. That would be the best thing to do. I highly recommend you not just driving by and beeping. You come up to me, beep, say, hey, let's go get a coffee. And then I'd join you, Martin. But I'm with you. Rick in Asia said, that Starlink idea sounds like a good idea to me. I have Starlink here, but it's fixed on the roof. You'll be able to take live content where no one has before, and that's the whole thing. Yeah, like I said, I'm still learning about the Starlink Mini. I learned a little bit last night on another YouTube channel, and I was asking questions, because my question was, I know it looks like, it's like apparently this thick or something, but it just looks like almost looks like a laptop that doesn't open, like a rectangular square piece that looks like it could fit in a backpack to carry around when I'm walking. But then someone said, no, you can't have it in your backpack. It won't get a signal. Someone was saying, like, I literally had to put it on my head. I'm like, I said, really? I have to put it on my head? I don't know if I consider that portable. I mean, I look like some space traveler with that on my head. And then the other guy said, he actually said you could keep it in your backpack and you would get good enough signal. And then, or like affix it somehow, strap it to the outside in the backpack, and then that would be enough to shoot up to the sky, obviously. Satellites. But I think they said the price of it. They said it's better to get the Starlink Mini device in the United States compared to here. I think it was due to price reasons. And then there's other stuff involved, like they said how much it would cost per month, which is not cheap, but that's probably why I'm not getting it right away. We'll see how, I mean, I could get it, but we'll see if my channel grows and allows me to make money from YouTube, then I can invest in better stuff to provide better content, but we'll see where that goes. But yeah, I think the Starlink Mini is a great idea. For just simply for the fact of me that I'm not sitting here. it's hard for me to sit here in place, and there's so much to see here, and I can talk, and nobody wants to look at me all the time anyway. But yeah, I like the Starlink idea, Rick. Dimple says, yeah, Philippines internet was very problems. I'm lucky. Here in my mommy office, I have Wi-Fi. Yeah, like I said, my data, getting a smart eSIM, paying 30 pesos for 24 hours for unlimited data, that works great. I just don't know if there's a monthly plan, like it covers you for the whole month with the same unlimited data, instead of paying 30 pesos every day to get unlimited data. I mean, you take 30 times 30, it'd be like, I don't know, under 1,000 pesos per month. And that's not bad for unlimited data, and it seems to do very well. Like I said, it's hit or miss when you're moving, you start lagging and then losing the signal. Basically, this is the best I can do when I'm outdoors doing a live stream. Yes, I could sit inside and do a live stream in a coffee shop or something, but for me, that's too boring for you guys. I mean, I just think being able to be out here and at least see this, and I'll stand up because my butt kind of hurts from sitting down, but just being able to see something outdoors. They're working on this walkway, but I'm gonna walk slow and hopefully the signal doesn't go. But because now the shade's actually coming over here anyway on this wall. It's probably still really warm though. It takes a while for this to cool off, but yeah, this is how beautiful. Like, I don't know, this, to me, this gives you something. This is much more better to look at, or you know, with me and with the ocean in the background compared to like anything else you could look at. That's just my opinion. I think you guys would rather see this than me. Yeah, that's still pretty warm. I'll just stretch my butt, but hopefully the signal's still good. Martin says, maybe a dumb question, but I wonder if there's any place with an infrared sauna in Duma. You know, I use infrared at home. It's very, health benefits are through the roof. I have one of those. Obviously, they're great for people to use if you definitely don't have sunlight in the wintertime. They do a lot of things. I'm big on infrared, the little, you know, red lights that can, red light therapy is basically what I call it. I don't know, Martin. That would be, I would literally, for me, I'd probably have to look it up. I don't know if there's any place like that here, because you can still use it in warm weather and sunlight. It's not just a thing to do in the winter because you're not getting regular sunlight. But that is a good question. I never thought of that. But they're good to use, Martin. Rick and Asia said you will be able to hike up the hills live. Exactly. And even like I don't know if Rick, you ever saw the video that I did. It's on YouTube. I went hiking with a good friend of mine, Gary. We went on a hike to these waterfalls. It was like a 40-minute drive from Bacolod, which is in Negros Occidental, like on the complete opposite end of this island. We went on a 40-minute drive, then we went on a hike. It was almost an hour to get to this waterfall. It's called Pulong Two Big Falls. Most beautiful waterfall I've ever seen here in the Philippines. I've only gotten to do that twice, 2 different waterfalls. I'd like to do it a lot more. Guy just fired up some motor. But yeah, I have a video, and like this hike was no easy man-made clear path, man-made steps or anything. Neither one of us knew what to expect. I'm obviously 55, Gary's 62. I consider myself in good shape. I walk a lot, but the hike was a nice challenge. I loved it. It wasn't too much for me to handle, but you're climbing on rocks with your hands. Some of these paths are so narrow along the side of the mountain, basically, you'd slip off, you could get hurt. the path was all rocky. You had to watch where you placed your feet all the time, or you could twist your ankle. And if you trip and fall and hit on a rock, you break an arm. It was just one of those things that I'm carrying my phone, vlogging, recording all this, so I only had one hand available. But you couldn't screw around or joke around. You'd slip and you'd get hurt. I mean, you can get hurt walking just on a normal sidewalk. So, but it was so challenging, up and down, through the water, through these streams. And then we finally got to the waterfall in between these mountains. And I was like, wonder if I could get a signal here. And I actually did, and I went live, and I was so fired up. I have a short from that actual event. I did make a normal video, but the short, I was so fired up when I was live, full of emotion and energy. Like, the satisfaction I got, you get from being challenged when you're walking. You were challenged on this hike, and then when you got to this waterfall, it was the most beautiful thing I ever saw. So it was like winning the race, and you like winning the gold medal at the end of the race, or the rainbow, like finding the gold at the end of the rainbow. So if you haven't watched that video, just watch it, and you'll see how fired up I was. I mean, it was awesome. It was like the most enjoyable thing I ever experienced here in the Philippines, and that's what I like. That's why I love nature, especially being challenged on a hike, a walk to get to there. Now, there's other nice waterfalls here. It's pretty much a cleared path. It's real easy to get to, not any distance. But we had a guide also. We had a Filipino guide. You pay someone to guide you. Like, there's no, you'd get lost. Like, you literally need a path, a guide to get you to where you're going and to get you back. But I highly recommend it. It's awesome. Pulong Tubig Falls. It was great. Sorry, I'm falling behind on these comments because I don't want to lose. Mr. Day says Starlink is probably overkill. Most live streamers use IRL toolkit server and use another phone and SIM card for cellular bonding. Starlink isn't practical. Yeah, it might not be, Dave. I don't know. I mean, Starlink Mini looks interesting to me, but you know, I usually take my time and research on a lot of things and let other people that actually have the devices give their opinions and show how they work and stuff. I usually research stuff a lot before I commit to buying anything, especially when it comes to technology and stuff like that. Ray says, I'm back. Beans have been on for about an hour. I'm sure they're soft and, well, yeah, and spicy. Thanks for coming right back, Ray. Apologize for losing you guys on the previous stream. I don't know what happened. Ray says, just got my package from Amazon, so wireless mic check will be on the upcoming live stream. All right, so did you get the same ones you had before, Ray, or did you get something different? Just wondering if you decided to try something different. The art chair says the concrete is too hot to sit on. That's hot, man. Yeah, art chairs, I'm not sitting on that. I go back to the other side and sit on a much cooler wall, like back kind of where I was before, because it definitely gets too, it takes a while for it to cool off, although there is shade, it just takes too long. So I'm back to my other spot. Hopefully I don't lose you guys. Disa Ibihan, Ibijan says, hello, Disa Ibihan. Welcome to my live stream, Disa, where are you from? My name is Michael. I'm live here in the Philippines, living abroad here from the United States, and just having a live, talking about life, happy times in the Philippines. So welcome, Disa, Ibijan. I apologize if I didn't say your name correctly. Louis says, Mike, are you familiar with the negative effects of having dental root canals? Yes, I am aware of negative effects if you have to get a root canal, because it gets into your nerves and stuff like that. And also do research on how they promote getting your wisdom teeth pulled, and maybe what the true story and how important wisdom teeth actually are, where at least back home, they advocate for you getting them pulled out. Some interesting things behind why they're called wisdom teeth. And yeah, but yeah, I know some. I've done little research on. Obviously, having healthy teeth are very important. You certainly don't want to get any infections, that's for sure, because those infections will spread right into your bloodstream through your gums. So yeah, there's a lot to be learned when it comes to the healthcare of teeth. But there's a lot of healthcare you can do naturally. Coconut oil on your teeth, sea salt to clean your teeth. Yeah, I could go on and on what I use for dental care. I wish I knew then, back when, that what I know now, that's for sure. Rick in Asia said, I'll check out that video after dinner, sounds great. Thanks, Rick, appreciate it. I think you'll just see me all fired up. I mean, you know, that's why live streams can really be cool, because you're right there in the moment, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, like you catch somebody's emotion. I think that's like really when you get to know somebody. Not that I'm not who I am and when I'm doing in video format and stuff, but you edit so much out too, because you got to make it only so long, or a lot of people they won't watch a video if it's too long. Ray in the Philippines says, second most beautiful thing you ever saw. I got your back, Che. Ay, ay, ay. I knew that was coming. Only Ray. Ray's got Che 1, 2 waterfall. Yes, you're right, Ray. I was strictly speaking Philippines adventures. Not that Che isn't an adventure, I guess, but talk about Filipinas is a completely separate topic or subject. But yeah, you got it, Ray. I'll give you props. Same ones, they work great. Okay, that's good. Yeah, like I don't even know like why you had to replace what your old ones, or what happened, or you maybe just they were faulty or something like that, because I thought they were fairly new. I didn't even remember why you had to replace them. Bill Myers, hey, 1:40 a.m. I'm going to be good, so good night. Hey, thank you for even being here, Bill. I apologize earlier. I didn't even know you came back. I apologize for earlier for the live stream just conking out on me. I didn't even get any warning on it, but I won't be doing this much longer anyway, Bill. But thank you for always being here and supporting my channel. You guys are all great. But we got 12 people on here. Ray's one of them. Rick, maybe Louie's here. Disa Ibihan. I was just waiting for him or her to say where they're from. Bill with the cute emojis, waving bye-bye. Looks like one's even got some beats on his head. I don't know, does anybody have anything else to say while I'm here chilling? 3:42 p.m. in the afternoon. Ray's going to be cooking chili on his live stream, so I'm sure you're not going to want to miss that. Anybody else here that's new, that's just watching and silent, and sometimes people are shy and don't want to make comments or say where they're from? You're always welcome to make comments or ask questions. But see, I get sleepy when I'm sitting here. Not sleepy, but I'm ready to get walking. Oh, here's Louie. All right. Do you believe love is like an onion? That's an interesting, I don't think I've ever been asked that question, but I know an onion has a lot of layers. So I've heard the term when people, they say peeling back the onion on certain things, or like an investigation into something, they're like saying, hey, this onion has a lot of layers, something to that effect. So that's, I never looked at it from a love perspective, but yeah, I guess, yeah, there is a lot of layers to love. There's certainly a lot of layers to learning about somebody. I mean, I have layers, you have layers, we all have layers. So with time, I think you peel back another layer of an onion and you learn more and more about the person. to me, that's how you, you know, from friends, girlfriend, relationships. Yeah, I think I would say it's comparable to an onion. Onion has layers, and over time you peel. Yeah, exactly. Yep, that's exactly what I was thinking. We're on the same brain wave. What you think is love at age 16 is different than 50. Oh, it certainly is. But you never forget love in those early ages. You never forget your first real kiss when you kiss somebody, whether or not there was fireworks going on after you kissed them, or if it was just like yuck. I guess everybody's experience is a little different. Call that puppy love or whatever you call that. But all those experiences in life are good. That's what builds you up to where you are now in life. You know, those experiences are good. Without those experiences, we wouldn't be who we are today. That's what life's all about. I think you spend the rest of your life learning. I like learning anyway. I like living and learning. I definitely don't like making mistakes, like living and learning now. Like, I would like to think I don't make as many mistakes as I once did when I was younger, because I learned from those mistakes and I'm not making them again, hopefully. But yes, it's just beautiful blue skies, a little bit of clouds, but it's a beautiful day. Much cooler. Like I said, I swear the humidity is much, much lower today than it normally is. Hopefully that's a good sign for things to come. Vincent Vega. Hello, Vincent. Can't say I ever met you, but welcome to my live stream. I'm here, Michael, living abroad in the Philippines. I'm from United States, and your comment is Dick Cheney looking up at us right now. I don't know. Maybe. I don't really follow too much of Dick Cheney, but looking up at us, or looking down on us, I guess, wherever he is. Yeah. Pray for everybody. That's my mindset. Pray for everyone. So where are you from, Vincent Vega? All right, he's looking up at us. So then maybe he's down below. Yeah, I wouldn't know. I don't have those abilities to say who is where or going where or where they'll be. I guess if I had those powers, I'd be God. So that's possible, Vincent. I don't know. All you can do is pray for everyone. Yeah, Vincent maybe is. Where are you from, Vincent? Are you here in the Philippines, or are you just curious where you're at? I don't know. Everybody's getting kind of quiet. Showing 13 people in here. They're probably about done with my live stream. Getting late for me anyway. Besides, I basically did kind of 2 live streams. Oh, Louis, your family's from Mexico. Yeah, I've never been in no, I've never been in Mexico. I had friends that went to vacation there in Cancun, and one other place in Mexico. Forget. Name escapes me, but anyway. Dimple says, how long have you stayed here in the Philippines, Mr. Michael? I came to the Philippines in July of 2024, was here until March 17th of this year, went back to the United States, and then came back here to the Philippines, arrived in Dumaguete on June 19th, but I was in Cebu technically on the 18th. So a little over a year total, taken away, when I went back to the U.S. Love it here. Absolutely love it here, Dimple. And I'm looking forward to visiting other places. So much more to see. I want the adventure though. Like, I don't mind being here in Dumaguete. I like it because I can get on a boat right over there at the port and then travel right over there 40 minutes and then be at Sikihor, that island you see over there. I do like that. But yeah, I'll be here for a while, Dimple. I'm not going anywhere soon. Vincent Vega says, I'm from Indonesia. All right, that's cool. Have you ever been to the Philippines, Vincent? Welcome here anyway. I'm glad you're here. I don't know if you've ever been on one of my live streams before or you're a subscriber, but you're more than welcome to thumbs up the live stream or follow my channel if that interests you. Louis says, I was born and raised in Texas. Yeah, I like Texas. I've been to Texas. I like Texas food too. Barbecue, especially. Texas has good food, very good food. Edwin CV says, what's up from Kansas City, Missouri? Duma was a cool place back in 2009. Looks a lot different. Yeah, Edwin, I've heard that too. Now, obviously, I was never here in 2009, but welcome from Kansas City, Missouri. Obviously, you were here before. How long were you here, Edwin, when you were here? Like, was it just a short vacation or you were here for an extended amount of time? But welcome. I'm glad you're here, and I don't know if you're a subscriber of my channel, but you're more than welcome. And everybody becomes a subscriber. We all become friends here anyway. So I try to do live streams at least once a day, sometimes twice. It's kind of addicting to see your channel grow, and it's fun to meet more people, foreigners and locals alike. I like conversation. Obviously, I like to talk, and I like to walk. So yeah, I'm always good for conversation. I get my talking ability from my father. He's a chatty guy. But welcome, Edwin. Louis says, have you ever heard of Manila Galilean Mexican trade route with the Philippines during the 15th century? Can't say I have, Louis. I apologize, but I can't say I have. Ray in the Philippines says, I plugged my charger into the receiver while I was doing live stream to charge my phone. Apparently the receiver couldn't handle 220, so I fried the board and receiver. Oh, that's what happened. Yeah, you got to be careful with that too. I think that happened to I had an electric toothbrush charger that I brought here that was an American style plug and not like the almost like round prongs compared to the prongs in the US. And that charger just cooked. And then we bought a new one, because then I bought another electric toothbrush, because you couldn't just buy I couldn't find a charger at the time, so I gave her my electric toothbrush, and then I just got another one. But the electric toothbrush I bought it here at Landers in Bacolod, and it has like the rounded needle-like prongs compared to the flat prongs in the US, so I think that probably has something to do with it. But I do have a charger here that's American. It's Anchor brand. It hasn't cooked or anything, but every time I plug it in, you hear, like, you see a little electrical snap. So I'm hoping that doesn't ruin that, because that's a really good charger. Edwin says, hi, Vincent. Edwin CW says, I was in the Philippines for about 3 weeks on that trip, but I've traveled there 4 times in the past. All right, that's nice. When was the last time you were here? In 2009, I take it was the last time you were here. And do you ever have any plans to come back again? Louis says, same here. I consider myself to be a chatty person. My mind needs to be stimulated. Yeah, I need that too. I need good conversation, but I also need walking. And I'm probably not going to do this much longer, because again, sitting on this, unless you have a cushion or something, it starts to hurt your rump. And you guys, I'm sure, are getting bored at this point anyway. And it's not going to be too long, and Ray's going to have his live stream, so you guys got to be lively for his, anybody who's a subscriber. But as I say, if anybody hasn't given me a like, please give me a like. Who hasn't subscribed, I'm always open up to people subscribing to help grow the channel. You can even share the channel. Share it if you think you know somebody that might be interested in following the story of a foreigner from the United States living abroad in the Philippines. Plus, I have a Filipina girlfriend too, so that might make it a little more interesting as well. But yeah. Edwin says, oh, okay, 2017, just before COVID, not sure I will go back. Well, at least you were here and you experienced it. And you've been in here, you said, in Dumaguete. It is a lot different. I mean, obviously I can't compare it because I was never here before, but I really enjoy myself here. I'm much happier here than I've been in probably a long time. And I feel like the simple things in life mean the most. So that's why I probably enjoy it so much. I'm a warm weather person too, so that helps. I don't miss cold weather. Aside from my mother and father and family, we video chat, so it's not hard to like be so far away, you know. Plus, I've created a whole other family here in the Philippines, you know, foreigners, locals, friends on YouTube. So you're like my remedy to get me through each and every day. But I'm happy anyway. The minute I wake up, I'm so happy. I enjoy it. Louis says, last time I was in the Philippines was December of 2023. Well, hopefully you get back at some point soon, Louis, and anybody else. Maybe Edwin, you might come back sometime. But I'm gonna read Ray's last comment, and I'm probably gonna end this live. You guys have been so supportive and given me enough of your precious time. I'll read these last couple here. Ray says, have a good live, Michael. Have to tend to the beans and doing some work on this phone. I appreciate it, Ray, and I completely understand. Edwin says, I traveled there in 2007, 2009, 2016, and 2017. Well, maybe someday you'll come back, Edwin, and feel free to join us in the live streams. Everybody, you know, again, like and subscribe. We become friends here. You're not a subscriber. Especially if you come to the live streams a lot and you make comments on the videos, because I do my best to get back to each and every one of you. I mean, without you guys, my channel means absolutely nothing, because I can't share my story if people aren't interested in it. So these are just little snippets of my daily routine and trying to get used to this live stream. And it's fun. Like I said, it's my main ingredient for finding like conversation, when sometimes maybe I miss that being here in the Philippines. So don't be strangers. Come back anytime you want. To everybody that was here today, thank you very much. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys again. And yeah, it's a beautiful view here today in the Philippines. And see, every time I talk about getting on, now it shows 12 people. And then I feel bad because I don't want to leave. But anybody who's just showing up in the live stream, I gotta end this one, but if you're new, come back, check it out again, subscribe, like the live stream, and subscribe. We all become friends here. I'm just an American trying to motivate people to maybe explore outside their comfort zone of wherever home is in the world, to come to Southeast Asia or, you know, the Philippines. But Edwin says, okay, I will. Thanks for the live. Thank you for being here, Edwin. Louis says, looking forward to your future live streams. Most likely daily, Louis. The time's hit or miss, but most likely every day. I enjoy doing it, and you guys are all great. With that being said, wherever you're at, have a good night, good afternoon, good evening, whatever. And as always, love you guys. Peace, happiness is in the Philippines. God bless. See you guys later.